It? Great. I'll just share my screen now. Great. Okay. Look, guys, it's important that champion all the topics. The last time we had met, I had conducted a session on
अब भी
sentence.
तुम्हारा करके
Sorry.
हाँ अब भी हंसने ना आया गैस करके कौन
Hello.
गया वो?
Hello. Who's this? Savya ma'am on mute. Jesus. Okay, cool. All right. So I did conduct a session on sentences. So I need you guys to make sure that you champion it. The recording is available. You can just take it again from me or the team. It will be a good thing. So today I'm going to talk about something that's important and which we overlook, especially when you give exams like IELTS or TOEFL. Okay, it becomes necessary. Forget IELTS, TOEFL, guys. I'm talking about communication. Okay, you've got to ensure that you are well versed with when to do, when to use articles, when not to use articles. In fact, even it will help you a lot with your reading comprehension if you get these topics appropriate. You need to make sure you champion these topics. Okay, so today's goal is to not only brush you with what you have done previously in respect to articles in your school days. I don't know where and how you learned it, but it is important for you to kind of remember when to omit articles, that is, when not to use articles at all, when you must use it at any cost, and so on and so forth. Okay. So, are you all able to see my screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So, when we speak about articles, many times people say it's a parts of speech, blah, blah, blah. It is a different, a topic in grammar that you want to pay attention to. So, when we speak about articles, there are two kinds of articles actually. The first one is basically called definite article, which is the. Okay, and the is basically used to obviously refer to specific or particular nouns, specific nouns or particular nouns. Okay, and we will talk about it in advance. The idea is, I'm aware you are aware. It is just that you want to make sure that you champion this particular topic. It will help you a lot, especially for your IELTS and TOEFL, for your listening part. The way they communicate. Okay, today one of my new students challenged me, सर एस से पहले आता है कि एंड? मैंने तो बोला, अरे यार तू कौन सा स्कूल गया है, मैं तो टीचर है, आता है. Then he was like, dude, no, it's like and, before S. The idea is like, it's funny. Who was that? The child is here, right? Neil, are you here?
Mod
Neil? Neil, can you hear me?
क्लास चालू करके रखता है वो.
Okay, he left. Oh, it's so sad. Scammy student. No problems. But it was a very
Yes,
I realized, like, grammar is something that really keeps on evolving. You got to be up to date and so on and so forth. But if I'm in this profession for around 12 years now, and I'm teaching verbals, that's English on a very higher level. Still, if I fail to get this update, it will be really challenging. So, what I'm trying to explain is most of the things that I will be giving you in this, I will send you this PDF itself, but I need you to champion the last 4 pages, the last 4 presentation, the last 4 part of the PDF. Okay. For now, let's understand the basics quickly. So, definite article is the, wherein you use it for particular nouns or specific nouns. And indefinite article is always like a or an. It is normally used to modify non-specific or non-particular nouns. Okay. It's like common nouns. Now, for example, if I'll say, let's read the book, what does this mean? Anybody? It simply means that, we are talking about one particular book, a specific book. In the conversation, maybe in your reading comprehension, when you're solving a passage, or in your listening, when you're listening to an audio file for your practice, for TOEFL IELTS. Something like the comes, you want to ensure that, you want to come to the point that it's already been mentioned about the topic. That's how simple as it sounds. So if we'll talk about something like, let's read a book, we're talking about a generic book. Okay, any book rather than a specific book. Now, when you speak about something like another example, if you'll see, I saw the most popular movie of the year, it simply means we are talking about a particular movie, because the term definite article the is used. If we're talking about, I would like to see a movie, we're talking about any movie that is available. It happens many times in our lives. We are sitting, chilling, we go with our friends out, random, we just go, we got time now, we just watch a movie. Simple, that's what it means. Now, when you talk about indefinite articles, especially and an, now we need to understand that it is more towards the sound rather than the letter. Now, everybody of you is aware with the concept of vowels, right? A, E, I, O, U. Guys, vowels.
Yes, sir.
Right? So the point what I'm trying to put across is it's not about the letters, it's the sound that we are talking about. Just a basic example for you to just come back to where we were in terms of since our childhood, what we studied related to articles. It's simple. My daughter really wants a dog for Christmas. Now, this sentence means like she's okay with any dog, she just wants a dog. Somebody called a policeman, irrespective. We don't care if it's a particular person, a particular policewoman, or a man. Just get anybody. So when you say something like when I was at the zoo, I saw an elephant. So we are talking about a generic elephant that was in the zoo. Now remember, guys, when we're speaking about this is something the sounds I was referring to. Uh, the formula here is a plus a singular noun beginning with a consonant, like consonant sounds apart from that A, E, I, O, U. They are basically called consonant sounds like a boy, a car, a bike, a zoo, a dog. So an elephant, an egg, an apple, an idiot, an orphan. So that's where we use it. Now, if you will notice, guys, the sound user, okay, user. Now it is the letter U, but it sounds like y. It's not like you. So we basically cannot say an user. It would always be a user, a university, a unicycle. Are you following, guys? But an umbrella, because the sound of umbrella is, guys, umbrella, it starts with a kind of the consonant, the vowel sound. So keep it in mind, like whenever it's going to be like university, unicycle, users, you want to make sure sound starting with year. You basically, that's the year sound. You basically use okay? That's what you want to pay attention. Again, I'm telling you, please remember, okay? When you are going to speak or write, this is your basic. You cannot commit a mistake because of articles. That's my point. Even when you are going to apply, use acronyms like exams like TOEFL, IELTS, acronyms. So you want to use, I'm going to give the TOEFL exam. Okay, you're talking about a particular exam. I'm going to give an IELTS attempt. Okay, that's how you want to basically put it across. Okay, now, yes, many a times a broken egg, this is very basic really. An egg aata hai mostly, but when you use something that's describing the noun, the sound, that also matters. So like an adjective basically. So you want to make sure before here, if you will see, although it's an egg, we are trying to explain, but if you're describing what's the condition of an egg, we are using an adjective. So you want to use words like a broken egg, an unusual problem, a European country. Okay. You cannot say an European, a European. That is what you want to use. So when you speak about indefinite articles, normally it is used for very generic common groups. Okay. Something that indicates a membership or a group like I am a teacher. Brian is an Irishman. It simply means that Brian is a member of the people known as Irish. Siko is a practicing Buddhist, right? So something like that you want to keep in mind. Now, when you're talking about definite article, as I was discussing at the beginning itself, let me take a look at the time. Okay. So as I was discussing at the beginning itself, it becomes necessary that you are trying to be more precise with the way you are speaking. The only way to score amazing, that is score more than 8 in your IELTS out of 9, in your TOEFL to score more than 110 out of 120, is to use the complexity of the rules. You got to show the evaluator that this is the the IELTS पानी देते हैं यार. Give me a sec, guys. All right, so you got to show the evaluator that you can use the complexity. That is where I say that you should use Like 80% of your sentences should be in complex and compound sentences. Okay, that is the idea. So the dog that bit me ran away. The minute you use this term "the" in your reading comprehension, if your author uses something in particular, so you want to understand it is in this is in context to something that's already happened. So we are talking about a particular dog here. I was happy to see the policeman. We are talking about the policeman who saved my cat. So one particular policeman we are talking about. I saw the elephant at the zoo. The minute we use the here, we are talking about a particular elephant in the zoo, not really any elephant. Okay, that's the way it changes the context. Now, talking about something like your, how can I say, countable and uncountable nouns, again, very simple. You can use articles before countable nouns, uncountable nouns, before uncountable nouns, you can use articles. But before countable nouns, it is said you just, okay, how do I put it across? Like, let's say, non-countable nouns are like water, milk, okay, something that you can't really count, okay? You can either put the or you can't put. For example, you can leave it the way it is. I love to sail over water, that is fine. I love to sail over the water, that is fine as well. Unless you're talking about a specific body of water. Which water? Arabian water, Arabian Sea, or some Bay of Bengal, something particular, okay? If you're talking about something like he spilled milk all over the floor, we're talking about any milk. But if it's talking about, we're talking about he spilled the milk. So we're talking about some particular milk, as simple as it sounds. Now, guys, this is the basics that we studied since our childhood. Now, the next part that I'll be discussing with you all, I need you to pay attention and, in fact, champion those concepts so that you don't commit unnecessary errors. Now, what kind of errors can people do in your listening for your TOEFL and your IELTS? When you listen to the audio file, you many a time students ask, they're in a dilemma. What if I do not put the right article? Obviously, it's a test of grammar English. You got to ensure that you use the right article. Otherwise, you lose your bands. Okay. Now, when I speak about articles, when it comes to the geographical use, okay, you will never use I'm talking about okay? That's a definite article. You will not use the before names of most countries or territories. For instance, Italy, Mexico, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, okay? You will not use I am from the India or the Nepal. Yes, the Netherlands, the Dominican Republic, the Philippines, the United States, the United Kingdom, they all come with the because they are groups of countries that are together. Make sense, guys, what I'm trying to explain? So if you
Yes.
say, I want to study in United States, it's grammatically wrong. You're supposed to say, I want to study in the United States or the United Kingdom. Okay, you will not use the before names of cities, towns, or states. Seoul is a city. Seoul, I don't know how you pronounce it. Seoul. Seoul is a city in Korea, I believe. Manitoba, Miami, cities, Pune, Bombay. I don't know if there's so many cities to talk about. You will not use the before any cities, towns, or states. Okay. You will never use the before names of streets. So you will say, I am at MG Road. That's at Pune. Okay. MG Road at Pune. Now, guys, have you noticed that there is this ये बॉम्बे में कौन सा है वो Dalal Street, the Dalal Street in America there is something called as the Wall Street. Have you noticed? Have you heard of these words, guys?
Yes.
These names of
Yes.
roads, okay? इनका proper name ही है. Like the Dalal Street is the name of the street. The Wall Street is the name of the street. It's named like that. Okay, you cannot use the before them. You will never use the before names of lakes or bays. India में lakes है क्या? Guys, anyone? Okay, we are not going back to the geography class, but the idea is like, don't want to use, I don't know, what are the different kinds of lakes in India? That's very weird.
Sir, we have na Dal Lake वगैरह.
Lakes in India. हाँ, अभी कहा अभी मेरे को याद है मैंने ज्योग्राफी पढ़ा था बेसिकली टू जस्ट क्लियर इट सर राइट दाल लेक हुसैन सागर वुलार लेक जोंगोचो लेक Wimbard Lake, I don't know. There's all these lakes that you basically are dealing with. Okay. Anyway, oh, in Pune, somebody says Veena Lake. Thank you, Aman. Great. So when you basically are putting, before lakes, you cannot use the before names of lakes, before names of mountains again. Okay, but when you talk about group of lakes, guys, let me not forget the Great Lakes. Abhi India में group of lakes नहीं है शायद, if I'm not wrong. But whenever there are groups of lakes together, you got to use the. Now, another important thing is names of mountains. The Mount Everest. I know we are learning it in that way since childhood. But the minute you put the Mount Everest here, you basically lose your bands as per IELTS and TOEFL standards. Okay? Because Mount Everest is one mountain, unless it's the ranges of mountains. Abhi, in Maharashtra, we have the Sahyadri ranges. Have you heard of it, guys? Sahyadri,
Yes.
right? So, like that, the ranges of mountains like the Andes, the Rockies, the Matterhorn, it's in America, beautiful place. So this is the time you will basically use the. Otherwise, before names of mountains, you will not use. Before names of continents. Kitne continents hai, guys? 5 continent है ना? एशिया
सर 7 है ना सर, 7 है ना
तो गिना ना, मेरे को तो 5 याद आ रही है. एशिया,
सर.
नॉर्थ अमेरिका, साउथ.
यूरोप, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, नॉर्थ अमेरिका, साउथ अमेरिका,
Antarctica,
5 तो हो गए. अंटार्कटिका
अफ्रीका.
6, 7वां किधर है?
Africa, South America,
वही रिपीट मारो तुम.
Oceania.
ठीक है. Okay, so names of the continents you will not use the, guys. You cannot use before names of the continents. Likewise, you will not use the before names of islands as well, unless it's a group of islands. Okay, now we have we say no, the अपना island कौन सा है यार नीचे जो है, the Indian, कौन सा, the Maldives. Okay, or we can
अंडमान निकोबार.
the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Q, there are more than one island in those islands, group of islands there. That's why we say the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Otherwise, before names of islands, you will not use the. Guys, isko dimag mein rakhna hai. Very simple. It's not easy. I totally understand. We don't speak with our friends in English unless it's our profession that demands us to do so. Keeping in mind our dreams, our ambitions, we want to ensure that we are able to communicate effectively. That is the point. Now, you need to use the before names of rivers, oceans, and seas. Okay, like the Nile, the Pacific. I think Pune also has a river, right? I don't know. Something like Pune has rivers. The Ganges, the Godavari. Okay, that is something that you want to use. Oceans, kitne oceans hai bhai? Oceans kitne hai?
वो भी साथ ही है ना.
Yeah, just get it all right, okay? You want to use it before names of oceans, seas, like with हमारे इधर the Arabian Sea है, okay? That's why we need to use the before names of rivers, oceans, and seas. Apart from that, points of the globe. This is important for your TOEFL and IELTS writing. They ask you directions, the east, the west, geographical areas, the equator, the North Pole, the South Pole. You always have to use the before whenever you're using geographical areas or points on the globe. Okay. Finally, you need to use the before deserts, forests, gulfs, and peninsulas. The Sahara Desert. India में क्या है? The Thar Desert, right? The Thar, the Black Forest, the Sahara. Sahara to Africa का है ना? I don't know where is Sahara, man. Okay, something like that. And then the peninsula. I think India is a peninsula, right, guys? I don't know. Just get back to your this one, the Gulfs. Okay, you got to use before names of deserts, forests, gulfs, and your peninsulas, right? Okay. ये तो रट्टा ही होना चाहिए geographical use of the. That is the definite article. When not to use it? Again, I'll summarize it, guys, quickly. You will not use it before names of most countries, territories. You will not use it before names of cities, towns, states, before names of streets, names of lakes and bays, you will not use the. Okay, names of mountains, you cannot use it unless it's a group of mountains, and names of continents along with names of islands. However, you got to ensure that you use the by default before you're naming a river, ocean, sea, points on the globe, geographical areas, deserts, forests, gulfs, and peninsulas. That is the idea you want to keep in mind. ये तो रट्टा मारना है आपको. Anyway, when you start giving your test, your practice test for TOEFL, IELTS, whatever tests you're giving, I will basically point out all the mistakes that you commit. Just make sure you're well prepared. That is how you develop your confidence in communication. That's the idea. Now, when I speak about, don't forget the before whenever you're going to use these words, guys. The center, the top, the middle, the bottom, the left, the right, the end, the beginning, the same, the best, the worst, the sun, the moon, the world, the sky. If you notice something that is one of its kind, the country, the ground, unless you're talking, when you're speaking about the ground, Zameen, Mera Bharat, Dharti. Anybody knows Dharti like that? The ground. Okay. Then the police, the fire brigade, the army. Now here is something that so many times people make mistakes in their speaking. When a question is asked regarding an instrument, people say, oh, yes, I know to play piano. Okay, it's very nice. I play guitar, but you should always say the piano, the guitar, the trumpet, the flute. Keep in mind, guys, if you can play more than one instrument, or if you're talking about you visited a show wherein there were 4 different instruments. So out there, you cannot use the. This is important, okay? Keep this in mind. If you're going to use more than one instrument in your sentence, you cannot use the. For instance, I like to listen to piano and guitar. Are you following? However, if you say that I want to listen to the piano, if it's going to be only one instrument, you would basically say it's going to be something like the piano, the guitar, the trumpet, the flute, so on and so forth. That is the
Sir, I had a doubt.
Go ahead, beta.
Sir, what about I love to listen to the music or listening to music? How is it go?
I
How
love
does
to
it?
listen to music. The music नहीं बोल सकते. To music.
Okay.
Hmm? However, you can say I am attending the musical concert, because it talks about something particular. I want to attend a musical content. So again, it goes in that context. ठीक है, any musical content you are referring to.
Okay.
Otherwise, the music
Yes.
nahi aata. Okay. Now,
Yes.
now the radio, but you cannot say the television. पता नहीं टीवी को इज्जत नहीं दे रहा. कोई मम्मी ने रूल बनाया मेरे को पता है. But it is what it is. You cannot say the TV, the television. No, it's only TV or television. However, you always have to use the radio. Okay, guys, keep this in mind. Again, names of professions: the doctor, the toilet, the bank, the theater, the post office, the dentist, the cinema, the list goes on and on. So you need to use the without fail. Okay, guys, don't pay attention. Some more, 2 more pages, we are good to go. In fact, I think this is the last page, by God's grace. No, second last. Yeah. So just pay attention here. I'll not take much time. Now, ये इधर तो बहुत नुकसान होता है speaking में Indian बच्चों का. That's why I told you guys, Indianisms का list है. Make sure you're championing Indianisms. Okay, Indianisms are nothing but the examples that we use, the kind of English that we use, you don't want to use. For instance, I would like to invite you for the dinner, the lunch, the breakfast. No, I would like to invite you for breakfast, lunch, dinner. I would like to go to work. You cannot say I would like to go to the work, get to the work. Get to the work तो बहुत commonly use करते हैं हम लोग, unknowingly. Be at the work, start the work. I want you to start the work. I want you to start working. I want you to start work. Simple. Not even ING is required. Finish work, so on and so forth. I want to go to the school. He wants to be at the school. Galat ho gaya. Start school. She is going to start school. Leave school. Go to university. Be at university. The idhar bilkul nahi use karna. Bilkul nahi. Again, go to church, go to temple, go to mosque. Okay. You want to make sure you are not using the. Okay, that is the idea. Go to bed, be in bed. These are rules, guys, grammar rules that has been practiced globally. So go to prison, be in prison, go home, get home, arrive home, anything related to home, you do not want to use the. ये भी दिमाग में चाहिए. So technically speaking, अपने को ये when to use the, do not use the before ये list दिमाग में चाहिए, when to use the चाहिए दिमाग में, when to not forget, we should by default use the, that is the definite article we are talking about, and we cannot use the definite article before these discussed sequences. Now, out here, this is the last thing. You want to ensure that you just don't employ articles. You will not use either a definite article like the or an indefinite article like and. Okay. So before names of languages and nationalities, he is an Indian. He is a Chinese. नहीं नहीं नहीं. बहुत गलत हो गया ये. Chinese, English, Spanish, Russian, Indian, you cannot use names or any kind of articles. You cannot use articles before names of sports. Volleyball, hockey, baseball, so on and so forth. Finally, names of academic subjects like mathematics, biology, history, computer science, you cannot use articles at all. Okay. So I need you guys to go through this. I will send you all this particular, let me just put articles right now. I'll send you this PDF, guys. The articles here, no? One second, give me a minute, guys, quickly. Why is it not coming? Oopsie. Okay, I will just send it to you on the group. And for people who are here for the demo, you will get it by the team, guys. Don't worry about it. Okay. Crap. Okay, I'll send you this. Okay, guys, what I was thinking is I wanted to start. In fact, articles is something that I will be ensuring to take a test on articles and sentences as well. Okay. Irregular plural nouns. I wanted to basically work out two words. This is a bit difficult topic to understand in respect to the words that are there. Irregular plural, irregular plural, irregular plural. Yeah, इसका भी मैं हाँ ये वाला. इसमें basically you will learn a lot about the different words that are used in English. Why is F, the different origins of words. So this session I was planning to keep it on a Friday. Will you be available on a Friday?
Sir, Friday what time?
सेम टाइम बेटा मैं क्या सोच रहा हूँ कि कम्युनिकेशन का जो है ना एक 4-5 जो टॉपिक फटाफट फटाफट मंडे वेडनेसडे फ्राइडे में रैप अप कर लूं. बट अभी कैसा है
Okay.
आई अंडरस्टैंड अब आए आपको पता है सेंटेंसेस का वगैरह है. बट आई वाज थिंकिंग पहला 15 मिनट में एक टेस्ट लूं ऑन आर्टिकल्स एंड सेंटेंसेस. Then I will follow because this is an important session, I believe, because you will get used to many words, English
Yes.
words from various origins. Why are there are French words, so on and so forth. So it's a very interesting topic that I will be covering. It will help you a lot with the difficult passages that you will deal with in terms of your TOEFL, IELTS, SAT, GRE, GMAT, whatever exams you're giving. It will definitely help you out. Okay. So we will go for this as well. It's an interesting thing. So can I do this for you guys? Like first I will basically complete this topic. Okay, then on a coming Monday, you will get the whole weekend's time. On a coming Monday, you can actually give a test, a full-fledged test on all three topics, just for you to know how good you are. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. So what I'll do is, guys, this topics, no, right now, I don't know. See, sentences का तो शायद मैंने भेजा है, भेजते रहते ग्रुप में. ये तो हो ही नहीं रहा है. 1 second. Look, guys, again, I'll tell you the reason I'm running you through these topics. It actually, I've seen so many people in my career who keep on giving TOEFL, IELTS 4-5 times. कुछ मतलब नहीं है. Foundation अपना ठीक करो. It becomes really practical and possible for you to work out things in a manner wherein you can, deal with everything that you can imagine. Articles का डाल देता हूँ पहले. और फिर अपना sentences डाल देता हूँ. Sentences again, guys. I need you to make sure you're comfortable with compound and complex sentences. It's really necessary. Study karo, learn karo, self-learn karo. Next we.
Sir,
हाँ बेटा.
yes, Deep is saying that he has enrolled, but he's not in the group yet.
ओके फाइन बेटा, डोंट वरी. आपको भेज देते. अब मेरे को हाय भेजो ये नंबर पे. इस पे हाय भी. नील तो भाग भी गया नील. 1 second, you can just send me a hi यशदीप ये नंबर पे. मैं आपको नोट्स भेज देता हूँ, आपको ऐड भी करवा देता हूँ. ठीक है, दैट्स द आइडिया. साक्षी, तेरा सैटरडे को छुट्टी है ना?
हाँ सर, है ना.
आज हम मिलने मेरे को. चल ऑफिस आ तू.
Yes, done.
चल, और सीवी को अपडेट करके मेरे को मिलो.
What is he
Okay.
doing? Yes, yes.
That's okay. No man, it's okay. New kids are crazy. You will go mad. It's okay. Avoid ही करते रहेंगे चीजें. That's the idea. Anyway, that's fine. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate.
अच्छा,
Thank you.
new
I will
kid,
basically give, yeah, new kid. I will send you the recording to
एक
the
second,
session
new
as
kid.
well for your perusal. Numan bhai, your father also can see
Yeah.
the recording. Let it be.
नो नो, अगर रहता तो वो चैट में रहता ना वर्ड बिहेव.
Oh, of course. Okay, very smart. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'll see you then. Thank